All right. So it's been a while. This is a game called Legends. It's from Bethesda. So I've been playing for a while. I am now rank the warrior in the rank missions, and I just decided to do a quick game while I am kind of waiting um, for folks to return. So what this game is, it's a card-based game. The whole concept is each turn you have an increase in mana. If you start off second, you have a ring that gives you a mana boost 3 separate times before it disappears. The whole concept is to bring your opponent's HP down while you yourselves remain up. The deck that I currently have is from one of my favorite antagonists in the Bethesda series, or not the Bethesda series, but the Elder Scrolls series, the House of Dagoth. So here, it's pretty decent. Most of my cards are in the force. I have a few powerful ones. And someone shot me a message here. I'm going to be running second place here. So see that ring on the bottom right corner? That is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so the first thing that I have is a Skyon. Cool thing about those is that they have a feature called Rally. Uh, Basically means that when they attack, and unless they have charge, you have to wait till your next turn to attack. Think kind of like Magic the Gathering, Summoning Sickness. You're able to give a boost to one of your previous characters. Now here I have a couple of choices to do. Let's see. This is where I'm gonna use the ring here. That gives me an extra mana boost. As you can see, I have one extra. And so what I'm doing is I'm summoning these on the other side. There's two different playing fields. This one I'm just going to boost and sacrifice. So now there is a +1/1 on this one. Reason I want that one boosted is because it has drain. Which what it's going to do is it's going to give me HP the next time it attacks something. Granted, if something has draining and you get attacked on your opponent's turn, it's not really going to do anything for you. I could actually put a battle axe on one of these guys, but I'm not going to do that. Typically when you summon something with drain, they are really quickly going to try to kill it off. My hope is that it's going to serve almost as bait, because I do have a few more things on here. For example, Shadow of Hercene allows me to do a bit more attacking. Oof, decisions. This is what I'm going to do. This one has charge. Gonna get rid of some of the poke I'm receiving. Now my hope is, since this guy has a last gasp of 3 damage, that it hits the guard, because I want to wipe out the guard. Nope. Instead, it's 7 there. That's alright. Tree. Now, big thing is blocking the pilfer. And I'm gonna get silence apparently. Which, it's kind of good that they decided to waste it on that guy. Because let's see what they did there. I can play that game. I'm not too worried about my health right now because of what I have. And my main goal right now is to whittle down their cards. This person seems to have like a buffing deck, and they have something similar to what I have. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna summon one of these guys here. I know I want to summon the drain as soon as I can, but with such a big difference of creatures there, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna on my next turn summon the drain guy, and then add the dagger who has the breakthrough. Now the reason I want to do that is because the special ability that this one has allows it to attack every time it kills. So basically I'm just going to go in order and wipe out each single one that they have. Okay, that person had a similar idea to what I did. And am I going to survive? Oh, they might actually wipe me out on this one. Potentially. Okay. Change the plans. Where are you? This. This combined with the dagger is going to be pre-lethal. I'm just going to put you over there for shits and giggles. Okay, so the reason I did this is because the pilfer is going to allow it to survive longer. So, pilfer, now it is stronger. And notice the massive damage that it's getting. I officially just won this match. If they can't do anything on the next turn. Let's see. Okay. Haha. That is good for me. What I like about this game is how quickly something can change the tides. Ooh, I lost right there. Oh, that's just overkill. Yeah. I didn't know it. That is hilarious. Apologies. I'm gonna overkill your rear. Oh, cool. So, another nice feature of this game is that, sure, you can pay to get better cards, whatnot. In fact, there's a new edition coming out with Shivering Isles and Shivgarath, which I'm a fan of the Isles of Madness. But, you know, it is not exactly pay to win. You can get more cards, whatnot, but you have a pretty good chance of building a pretty strong deck. This deck has pretty much just come from scratch. Really haven't bought anything. I think I spent $5 to get like something that had like a Sheathmancer on it, and that's about it. So I'm keeping these guys. Just am I going first. This one gives me an extra weapon. My deck is a deck that I built with a lot of items, because I like that concept of being able to have items that will turn a normally weak creature or person into something stronger. And then I kind of just is set up to buff. I have a couple of neutral creatures like this. This one is kind of useless right now, but if I do get another neutral creature out, that +3/+3 actually becomes in really handy. It can change the game sometimes, which is kind of amusing. For example, here. So this guy's going to buff here, and if they don't kill him, I am going to turn him into a stronger creature in my next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and buff her, so I can do some pretty strong damage right off the back. I'm not sure what kind of deck this person is running. They've apparently played enough to have a different kind of backing on there, so sometimes I kind of base my strategy on what I see there. But we'll go ahead and take a look. Okay, so that is, I believe, from the Brotherhood set. Yep, definitely Brotherhood. Haven't really had a lot of experience with that one, but it should be interesting. So, using the ring a second time, gonna go ahead and summon this one over here and buff that one. That's a 5/4. Pretty strong creature now. And then on my next turn, and this is why I like the House of Dagon, is I like multi trait cards. So think Magic when there's different lands, whatnot to summon something. Oh, that got killed really quickly. This particular person just gets stronger every time that he attacks. Ancestor's Battle Axe, that is really strong. It's one of my strongest items. +4/+4. That's why it's so expensive. But the bonus is it gives that boost to your next creature that you draw. So, just gonna bring this one out here. Now, I'll have to see if I can recommend bringing here what each one does. That was a good card that I just made him lose. Bonus for me. So there's a plus and minus for them to lose so many cards. The plus is that it forces their hand and they're losing a lot of things. Sometimes they also make them do some pretty weird moves. Yeah, that's gonna kill me. Unless I get something that gives me a ward, that one's dead. Oh, I see. They really wanted to survive. Huh? Can I kill you? No, that's +1/+1. And I'm gonna use this to draw another card. Do I need it? Not really. Oh, that's gonna be good. But I am killing this one. Because breakthrough. Okay, 1 damage. Not much. But this goes back to what I was saying. In order to keep the cards, they're pretty much throwing out different buffs. Now this deck is kind of itemized. And unless they start drawing something pretty strong right now, they're kind of screwed. There's a few things that they can do, but for example, if they had one of those conjurers that summon an Atronach, that's, I believe, is a Frost one, they can actually stop me from attacking them. Now, okay, that is one of the tactics that I myself like to use. Oh, that's really not gonna do much. But then again, he doesn't know what I have. So let's see, I'll have 6. I could potentially have 7. Oh yeah, the bus will be real. Okay, so summoning this one on the other side, just for the poke, because he's so low level that he can't really afford it. Now I just buffed that one up. He can be taken out with that, so now I'm gonna be adding this here. And who do I want to give that to? I'll give that to the person that's gonna be sacrificial. So, and then I'm gonna use my mana, give this one a little bit more, take out the guard, and bam. One last thing, those little blue dots that are right there, those are runes. So what's gonna happen with those is that each time you do 5 damage to them, let me just end the turn there. It's just kind of rude if you kind of leave it there. They get to draw a card. Now that's game changer because sometimes there's going to be cards that have prophecy on there. What that means is that if they're drawn because of a loss of a rune, so one of these nice little blue dots there, then they get to be played for free. Some of them can be really powerful. And I have a suspicion that this one is 1. Now, if you're not used to this particular game, I say it that way because it's possible to still lose, even though there was this score. There was one particular match that I only had a 1 hit point left. Person had full life, and I won. And the person decided to give up, so apparently they didn't have anything to deal with the threat. But sometimes, for example, I have Dagoth. So what I ended up doing is I drew him, and I also had that piercing. And so how this particular game got changed, instead of hitting the person that I was against, I kept doing things with defense and just saving them. And he couldn't quite attack me because I had a lot of high-level creatures. So eventually, I drew the Child of Piercing, which you saw earlier, which allows me to attack multiple times. And because I had Breakthrough, I literally just wiped out the entire field and then attacked with one that gave me Drain. So I went from 1 HP to about 24, and the person that had 30-something HP just wiped out. There's also games that, or cards that will prevent you from losing, like I believe it's Bibek. This is the Sheathmancer I was talking about earlier. And that's only for lethal. Don't really want those two. I still got a Sheathmancer. Let's see what this one is. Okay. That is pretty interesting. I'm game. Haven't really gotten to use that particular version of it. I can't really do anything right now, so let's wait. I tend to do really well against decks that hit hard and fast, because eventually they just aren't able to cope with some of the stronger creatures I have. My deck that I built is I prefer to have kind of like the mid-level creatures that I can buff. So there's going to be a lot of 4s that you're going to see there and 5s. Let's see what this one is. Nothing special. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite ones, especially with this deck. It gets guard and +3 health. So I have a free shield. So on my next turn, I'm gonna pretty much put a stop to all that poking that they're doing. Boom. Not quite a threat, but definitely strong defense. The only thing that will make it stronger is if I had the regeneration on there, which I should. You can actually use souls or soul crystals to spawn them. So I might do that, but I'm actually saving for a couple of different other types of cards on there. And the ones I'm going for is about 12,000. So after this match, I'm gonna go over my deck here. Then might call the quits for a little bit here, depending. Kind of getting a little warm. Let's see. I'm actually in the tropics right now. Now this one, decent enough summon, but I keep this always in the backhand just in case they bring support items. And do I want to use you? Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and buff you. Now you actually start hurting. Notice how they drew another rune or card because of the rune that I just busted. Okay, this time I'm gonna draw the Blighted. Oh, he has one of these decks. Okay. All right. This is one of the cards that I'm actually trying to save up soul crystals for. I believe it costs 1,200 for each one of these. Nice thing about them is whenever you have that creature that does 5 or more, it does that 2 damage, but that heals you, kind of like what you saw there. So even if I don't attack with it, it's still a threat, which is nice. So here is where I'm kind of tempted. I kind of am tempted to use the Cheesemancer, just because I want to see what kind of abilities I'm going to get. But also, if I make the bat stronger, it's going to be able to do a few more things here. So I'm going to go for the Cheesemancer. Just a little bit of a gamble. Oh. So that's the ability I got. I kind of screw myself over. So what this does is it prevents on each turn you from attacking with more than one creature, which is good if your opponent has a lot of powerful creatures and you need to stall the game. It kind of backfired on me, but oh well. So see, that is a good example of a support item. It sits in the back once it's summoned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that pretty quickly here. I'm going to summon him and destroy that, because that's a buff we don't want. Now it seems like he is going to go ahead and try to convert this one. So let's see what it's going to turn into. +2, +1. Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt. I wonder how much of a sacrificial he's going to turn it to. Not berry. Not berry at all. I'm kind of surprised. So this is where sometimes strategy comes into play. He had a better, he could have done something better there. But because of the way he played it out, he kind of gave me the upper hand on that lane. So what I mean by that is, so if we take a look, obviously the Buster Rune, the thing that they just sacrificed was something that would turn in, that was a werewolf. It would turn stronger if a rune breaks. So ideally what he should have done is attack me with this 5/4 here, transform that into a werewolf, and then taking out this guy. But because they attack with that guy first, my person lives for another turn. So let me go ahead and get rid of that support item, because I don't want it in game. Since I can only attack with one, I'm going to attack with the one that can heal. Draw a card, 1 damage. You know? Yeah. I'll take the damage for that. Assassins. Beautiful. So I'm going to buff him up, and I'll stop this guy. I guess I don't want that much damage happening to me. Could have stopped the Pilfer, but oh no, he doesn't have Pilfer. So yeah, works for me. Busted a rune, and now I have a prophecy card. This is exactly what I mean about how they can change things. And they're gonna unsummon, I'm guessing, the Cheesemancer? You would think that they would want to take out the person that can attack just by being there, and that can heal me. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's just wiping out everything. Okay, fair enough. But he better attack my other person and wipe him out, because otherwise it's not gonna go well for him. Because I now have 8 mana on my next turn, and this is what's coming out. And this will be my last match. Says family is returning, so we'll see. I'll end this kind of quickly here. On the next one, I'll go ahead and go over my deck at the beginning. Alright. So, smart. Okay. So based on what I'm seeing here, family has now returned. I am gonna go ahead and see if I have anything with charge. I don't, so I'm just gonna stall until I can attack. So, summon this guy, guard. Cheese Master goes out because that's gonna screw that up. And I'll wait for the next one. Next round, summoning him, buffing this one if it survives, or whoever survives. Then adding crossbow. Will that give me the win? Potentially. Maybe. Oh, nice. Unfortunately for him, that did not work out to his advantage. Okay, definitely don't want to guard. Yeah, let's see. Plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am short in the damage that I have to do. So, summoning him. Summoning this one. This guy will go over here. So, let's see. And he has no more runes, so whatever that card is, it's either gonna make it or break it for this particular game.
No. ¿Quieres ver?
Beast form? Okay. Breaktooth. I may have now lost it because of that item. I believe this is game over. Yep. Like I said, that's kind of why I love this game. You can just change things so quickly just by a single item or card. Okay, so as promised, I will do a quick overview of the deck I'm running right now, and then I'll end broadcast. Okay. Alright, so House Dagoth is the one. I didn't really go creative. So what I have here is Maple Shield, Brutal F, Ashlander. So pretty basic cards to do some damage. One of my favorites are the Dagoth Dagger. So these are just poking cards that I have. These are not very strong, but the silence actually becomes very powerful when fighting against buff. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting little items everywhere. Curses. But then I'll show you what actually starts making the change in this deck. Alright, so these guys are important just because with so many items they become pretty strong. You saw that earlier in that match. These guys, kind of expensive for the 1/1, but they bring the multi-attributes cards that I have on the deck, and that's where this deck is all built on. So this is one of my multi-attribute ones. Constantly gets stronger and anytime they kill someone, they get stronger too. This one is like a gamble. It can give you some pretty strong cards or some pretty weak ones, but it can change the game. I've actually seen that happen a few times. Then I do have a couple of drains on there to cause problems. this actually has become a key point. This is part of the Shivering Isles, and what these do is they give me keywords, so they gain special ability if I have more life than my enemy. So that's where the drain comes in. This is one of my multi cards. Nice thing about this, it gives you that ward. Really good when